The rumors are true. Vegas is dead. I was at work. They sent me, no one came in for like the first 20 minutes. They're like, you want to go home? This is my 7th day in a row working. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, get me out of here. So now I'm going to go home and knit. But she's dead. Now I'm going to have to find a second job. Ah!
So tourism has supposedly dropped in Las Vegas, Nevada, America's playground. If you've been to Las Vegas before, you know that it is always busy, no matter what.
They are not lying about Vegas being dead, y'all. I'm a waitress on the Strip, and last year around this time, I made like $300 to $500 a day in tips. And today, I just walked home with $124.
60 billion tourist dollars we have lost this year already. 33,000 jobs lost in the month of June. I saw a maggot say, what a great week for taco. Really?
Vegas is dead. The rumors are true. Visitation is down. And there's really nobody around except a few corporate events going on here and there, corporate meetings. But yeah, it is kind of dead here, I'm going to have to admit.
I live in Las Vegas, and people are talking a lot about Las Vegas, how Las Vegas is down and people aren't visiting and flights are empty and all this stuff. This is what I can tell you. It's a Friday afternoon, and I just drove across town. I mean, from one end of the town to the other end of Las Vegas, and I just did it in 17 minutes. 17 minutes. No traffic whatsoever. And this morning there was eerily no traffic whatsoever. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but this much I can tell you. There's no traffic. There's no traffic in Vegas at all. If on a Friday afternoon, I can drive from one side of the town all the way to the other, from Summerlin all the way to Henderson in 17 minutes. Yeah, something's up. Something's up in Vegas. I don't know exactly what, but there's no traffic in Vegas, especially on a Friday.
Las Vegas is in a lot of trouble, and I think I can tell you why in a way that's not like the other videos. I hope that I tell this in a way that enough people can really hear this story. I moved to Las Vegas during the first financial recession, 2009, and my first night here I stayed at the Excalibur. When I was here, I stopped as soon as I got to Las Vegas, I stopped at a Terrible's gas station, and this woman looked at me. I must have looked so frightened, and she was like, "Honey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I just moved here." She's like, "Well, let me know if you need anything." And I just thought that was so cool. And yeah, eventually I found a place to stay, and eventually I found a job. It was really, really tough. I would not tell you to move to Las Vegas right now. It's going to be tough to get a job. Tougher than then. Tougher than it was. But I love this town, and I explored every part of this town. I've been to every corner of every casino, whether that's local or on the Strip. I've been inside every casino. I've done every cheesy attraction you can go to, like the M&M's place, the chocolate fountain at the Bellagio, the 7 Magic Mountains, just everything you could do, the Atomic Museum. And I always felt welcome in the halls of casinos in this town. It was affordable. If you played in the casino, you were treated well. You got comps, you got things from them. And I would go to shows at the Mandalay Bay. I would go to shows at MGM, T-Mobile Arena. I remember I went to a concert at the Mandalay Bay. It was $50. I didn't pay for parking. And then we had dinner afterwards. It was $25 for dinner to do that. It was truly a magical. And for a good 10 years of my life, if you asked me anything about Las Vegas, I could tell you every little fact and weird little part of every fact. 3 days after I moved to Las Vegas, Oscar Goodman, the mob lawyer, comes up to me, "Welcome to Las Vegas." And this town was so magical to me. All of the parts of it. Red Rock, Ethel M's Chocolate Factory, Lake Las Vegas, all of these things I got to experience. And I'm so grateful for that. And it felt like a different universe and a different time. But I could not imagine that now. I could not imagine as a local going to a casino on the Strip, whether that was parking or how I would be treated or the lack of really any incentive to go. It's so prohibitively expensive, and the energy has changed, and it is not welcoming and hospitable. We have become hostile to the people that built this town. And it's sad. It's very sad. And the reason is because our leaders have sold us out. The leaders over the last 20 years, they've done very well for themselves, but they have sold us out. And it has really stolen the magic of this town. I drove up the 15 today on a Thursday night, and there was no traffic. This town is in a lot of trouble.
Vegas has gotten way too greedy and way too expensive. No, it's just not for you anymore. That's all. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, that's gone. Been gone for decades. Vegas is more expensive now. Yes. Vegas is for people with money. Yes. If you don't have money, Vegas is not for you. Vegas isn't what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and never will be. Vegas is now more expensive. So if you have money, come to Vegas and have a wonderful time. If you don't have money, keep your butt at home. Yeah, because Vegas is for people with money. It's really that simple. You don't have to hate on Vegas. If you don't have money, hate on yourself. I'm just saying.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, MAGA state, it has started collapsing. I want you to watch this video and see right now what it is happening in Las Vegas. So kindly guys, watch these compilations of video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Remember to give a video a thumbs up. All credits goes to the original creator of the video.
They're not kidding when they say Vegas literally just ends. Just houses, houses, houses everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Just nothing. For miles and miles and miles until California.
MAGA people, you guys are really dumb. Seriously, the whole world knows you guys are dumb. Only you guys don't know about it. I'm Chinese, I'm just very straightforward. You guys are so stupid. If the lies too complicated, you guys cannot even understand. So politicians have to make the most obvious, most ridiculous lies, and you guys like, oh, I get it, that makes sense.
Vegas is just crazy and there's party everywhere, and then we arrived here and it was like that city.
What happens in Vegas could spell trouble for the U.S. economy. The subject of chatter on social media for months now. Empty streets and casinos. One even saying Vegas is actually dead. Visitors coming into Las Vegas in June down more than 11% compared to last year, and down more than 7% for the whole year. Hotel room occupancy and convention attendance dropping by the tens of thousands.
Las Vegas has tended to be the bellwether for the rest of the country when the business cycle slows down.
But over the last decade, it's been rebuilding and rebranding, trying to diversify the economy, snatching up sports teams from Oakland, transforming the Strip into an F1 racetrack.
We're underway in Las Vegas.
And the high-tech sphere that's become a hot concert destination and a new landmark of the city. Ironically, one thing that hasn't taken a hit this summer, gambling. One group estimating that the U.S. tourism market will fall by $12.5 billion in 2025. Many pointing to the ripple effects of President Trump's tariff announcements, angering potential visitors like Canadians. New data showing flights into Las Vegas from Canada down by more than 18% compared to last year. Experts say it's still too early to say for sure whether this is a temporary Vegas slump or if it's the beginning of a bigger trend.
The reason why Vegas is struggling right now is directly tied to elderly people. See, older people used to keep Vegas alive, right? Think about it, because they're running back and forth paying penny slots, eating at the buffets, going to the shows. They had a lot of really extra money just to do whatever, right? But see, now they can't do that like they used to. Elderly people are on fixed incomes. So with everything getting more expensive, like medicines, you know, their rents, gas, groceries, they're going to cut out the things that they really don't need, but they enjoy doing. And let's be real, gambling trips to Vegas, oh, that's not a necessity. Vegas built a whole empire, honestly, off of retirees. So when mama and papa ain't got that extra money, what you think happens to Vegas? See, when mama and papa ain't got that extra money anymore, what you think gonna happen? You gonna have empty slots, empty casinos, and eventually it starts to impact the entire financial system in Vegas. Ultimately, this ain't really about Vegas. It's ultimately about elections having consequences. And that's where we are. See, when seniors can't afford to stretch a couple dollars, That's a problem. That's a warning sign. It's not like they can go out here and earn more money. It's not like they're looking for jobs. So I gotta ask, if the people who helped build the Vegas Strip with their money can't even afford to do it anymore, what's the end game here?
Fly back to Vegas. Everybody's got their own row. It's like unheard of. So freaking sweet, dude. I'm so stoked. It's like empty, totally empty. It's so crazy.
Hi everyone, I'm walking here the Las Vegas Strip, which is always a beautiful spot, right? Like just look at it. This is such a historic avenue. You know, 40 million tourists every year. But these tourists are struggling, and they are even evading Las Vegas right now. Why? Because they feel that the prices have gone up and the experience has gone down. Question is, guys, will Vegas hit a recession? Will a recession hit Las Vegas? And will it need a reset? Let me know in the comments, guys. How is Vegas gonna do? Will it be good for the city? Will it be bad? I'd like to hear your opinion, and please subscribe to the Las Vegas Gouge channel. Thank you.
Vegas Airport. Look at how empty it is. It's almost eerie. There are people down there. I don't think I've ever been to Vegas Airport when there's nobody here.
I'm here at Vegas, and my husband got me a margarita in this cup. $40 for a drink. Okay, that is friggin' ridiculous. So what we decided to do was take the cup, get some ice, and buy these bottles at Walgreens. $6 for a bottle, saving $34.
Look at this, Las Vegas, Fremont Street, dead. Tourism down, nobody's here. Where are the people? Vegas is suffering. This is crazy. Fern Seaver, there's nobody here. Vegas is down, business is bad. Oh, wait a minute, Vern. You know why? You know why it's so slow right now? Why? Because it's 2 o'clock in the effing morning, that's why. That's when they film all these TikTok videos and say business is down.
Vegas never sleeps.
This place was packed earlier. Vegas is sleeping right now, Vern. It's 2 a.m. Everybody's packing up, going home. See you later.
They're not hardcore like
We're going back to the room. Bye.
All right, Vegas, here we go again. These hidden fees, I'm telling you. So if you haven't seen my last video, check it out. But this is proof right here. I literally got receipts. So this tourist right here comes to Vegas, goes to Hell's Kitchen, has a summer sampler right up there for $80. He gets his tax, 6 something, a tip already charged to him for almost $15, and then his total. And then they have the audacity to put down here, gratuity not included. Here's your options for the tip. So who keeps this? The restaurant? I'm telling you, this is getting out of hand, these hidden fees, and it's making our tourists lose faith in the business that we're running here in Vegas. They are. They're getting nickel and dimed all the way down the strip. Stuff like this. I'm telling you, this is hurting us, Vegas. This is hurting us. It's shady, it's sneaky, and it's making our tourists lose trust in visiting Vegas.
Let's talk about the Canadians boycotting Las Vegas and what it will do to our travel and tourism economy. I know calling it a boycott made some of our northern neighbors angry, but like everyone else in Vegas, I love our Canadian visitors and they are very important to us. In my video that mentioned the boycott, I received thousands of comments saying that Canada does not impact the economy in Vegas, and this is simply misinformed. They are the city's largest source of international tourism and make up 30% of our out-of-country visitors. And I did not manufacture the term boycott. It is an indisputable fact that they are simply not visiting the United States right now. Economists are calling this a significant travel and tourism boycott that will cause billions of dollars in ramifications. Travel by air from Canada is down 13.5% and 32% by land. Thousands of Canadians commented to let us know that they are sorry, but they cannot come and do not feel safe visiting here right now. And this isn't exclusive to North American travelers. I received thousands of messages from people in other countries who are also canceling their travel plans. There are a multitude of reasons being given and they're all valid, but we need to be talking about this and doing what we can to fix it because in a year it'll be too late.
When capitalism no longer lets people feel escapism, that's when it starts to die.
Vegas used to be like this capitalist bastion. Like, it is just a city that's made out of advertisements, and it's just is made to just push endorphins and serotonin into your body, whether it's like gambling, drinking, you know, SW. And I remember going to Vegas for the first time when I was 23 years old. I was with my cousin and my brother. We did hotel roulette, so $20. We got a 5-star hotel for a night. They ended up being racist to us, so we ended up getting bottle service for free. And for like $100 between 3 people, we were able to just have this almost like capitalist catharsis where we could eat as much as we want, drink as much as we want. And that just doesn't exist anymore in Vegas. Everything is just so prohibitively expensive. Like, buffets are over $80. Even just to park on the strip was $20 for an hour. And it shows when like capitalism goes to this extreme, then you just realize that capitalism is just exploitation. But that's why like Vegas is dying. Like, we're in a recession. There's nothing more than people wanting to escape during a recession. So like, if Vegas just lowered their prices, people would come and fall into the same traps of gambling and losing their money, but they would be happy to do so. But when you can see the exploitation, then there ends up being a resentment against the system for taking from us. And there's this compounding factor. Like, I know so many of us this year are okay with not going to EDC next year because Vegas itself was just too expensive. When you don't even have like a coffee maker in the room or a microwave, it makes people want to like push back on the system. A small coffee in the hotel should not be $8.50. If I have caffeine in my system, I'm going to want to go and make some bad decisions. But because I see you trying to drain me of my money, I'm going to hold on to it. And this is not just Vegas. We're seeing this literally everywhere in LA, in New York, Chicago, SF, Seattle. And it ends up hurting everybody. It ends up hurting the business, it ends up hurting the people, it ends up hurting the community. And so I think we're going to see a lot of counter-programming start to pop up in the next 3 to 5 years against these big kind of corporate locations.
I ain't never seen Vegas look like this on a Saturday at 1 in the morning. Where's the people? Holy shit, dude. What the f? Like, I can't make this shit up. Holy shit, bro. This is a Saturday at 1 in the... Where are the f***ing people? Look, even on the Venetian Bridge over there. Nobody. Holy shit.
You guys would not believe me.
Across social media, tourists are complaining of what's being called the Las Vegas price gouging. This coffee?
It looks pretty, but this costs $28. This should literally be illegal.
This woman can't believe the cost of breakfast.
How is that $100?
And this dude says stay away from the hotel minibar.
That's not a lot of potato chips. Those boxes are $12 a piece.
These ladies are in shock.
We just paid $50 for a salad. Yeah, it's absurd.
This tourist has had enough.
We paid $20 for a Coke last night.
And this guy says he's the only Canadian he knows willing to travel to Las Vegas.
Find these resort fees are disgusting.
This June, tourism was down in Las Vegas by a whopping 11.3% from the previous year. This week, we found lots of empty casino tables and not a very crowded Las Vegas Strip. Travel expert Anthony Curtis.
Is Las Vegas in a slump right now?
Definitely in a slump, and people aren't sure if they should be spending their money right now. But the rest of it is got to be attributed to what we call the Vegas Gouge. And I mean, you know, after the pandemic, prices were raised, fees were put in, you know, they were gouging, and the public's kind of had enough of it.
But Jonathan Jossel, CEO of the Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas, says if there's a great deal, tourists will still come. His hotel offers an all-inclusive package.
Vegas is not dead. We're still busy. We're really focused on offering value. It's an escape. It's a great time.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. So another city is finding out about find out, and no other than the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. You can basically go on the street and see that the crowds have reduced quite a bit. And I will tell you the reason for this is because we've lost the tourism. Did you know Las Vegas bring in tens of thousands of people a week from foreign countries? And they come in, go to the shows, eat food, spend money in the casinos, and hotel lodging, all of that, bringing in multi-millions of dollars. Well, folks, they've quit coming. Bookings are down in the hotels. The airlines are not having every flight full, which, trust me, I know, I'm in the airline industry. They're not full going to Las Vegas. That's unusual. So Las Vegas is going to be another direct victim of Donald Trump putting his tariff on products and making people scared to come to the United States, thinking they might not be able to get out and they might have been in prison in some foreign country. But welcome to the club, Las Vegas.
So one thing I noticed about the Strip in Las Vegas, and it's really unfortunate, is, folks, there's no people. This is usually daytime, nighttime, it doesn't matter. It's loaded with people. Where's everybody? How crazy is that?
Well, in Las Vegas, their attendance is down, way down. They are giving room rates off 40% off. They're giving a $75 daily credit plus free parking. You got to do it self-parking. They won't valet you. But anyway, I mean, their room rates are starting like $49 a night plus a $25 daily dining credit, which if you know anything about casinos, they're expensive to eat at, really, you know. But I know some people think, oh, you know, it's a legend, cheap buffet. Well, in reality, everything's pretty expensive in a casino. Now, you may be asking yourself, Self, how do you know that? I've never even been to Las Vegas. But I know there's been shows in different places and different casinos, and everything's super expensive. And I've never gambled in my life ever because I'm pretty good at math.
Okay, guys, all these extra fees and the overpriced food and Vegas nickel and diming everyone finally might be hurting Vegas. So, listen to this. New tourism numbers paint a very dark picture. So it might be time for Sin City to take a hard look in the mirror, I'm reading. A late March report from Harry Reid International Airport, the airport here in Vegas, shows that the main hub tourists travel through showed international visitors dropped a staggering 19.6% from January to February. Domestic travelers were down 6.9 during the same time span, and a total of 4 million passengers came to the airport in February, according to the same report. That's a 7.5% decline from February of last year. The horrible numbers don't stop there. Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority reported that visitors were down almost 12% from the same time a year ago in February of 24. So the bottom line is Vegas' greed is catching up to them. Bottom line. You know, get rid of resort fees, get rid of these overpriced restaurants, get rid of charging for parking, because you can go anywhere now. Vegas used to be a cheap place, nice place to vacation, and now you can, why not just go to Cancun and stay at an all-inclusive resort? Why come here? You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think about that?
Not trying to be negative, but you see this guy right here? I voted for him 140 days ago. Me and the rest of this country that works are still struggling. Any time.
Here's some Las Vegas breaking news that hasn't made the news yet. MGM Resorts just told all of their concierge employees across all of their properties, with the exception of Aria and Bellagio, that they are being laid off. This is a couple weeks after laying off the valet, doorman, and bellman at Excalibur and announcing the closure of the Luxor Buffet. We know that travel and tourism is down. Aside from global issues and the Canadians boycotting us, many Americans fear that we are headed for a recession and they are tightening up their spending. But what's going on at MGM feels a little bit bigger than that. Multiple executives in recent months have resigned or are rumored to be considering resignation, with small downsizings and rumors of more occurring at multiple properties. This is after raising resort fees and parking fees twice in 2024. Fees keep going up and amenities are being scaled back. It feels like everyone's trying to be tight-lipped about this, but I think we need to talk about it. Are more layoffs coming? Is this a sign of the times? Let me know what you think and follow me for all the Vegas.
To our cover story and the summer travel slowdown. For weeks, we've been telling you about how major tourist destinations like New York City and Las Vegas are reporting significant drop-offs in visitors. And tourists and businesses here say they're seeing the same thing.
The summer swing never happened for us either. I don't know if it's the hurricane, the economy, a mix of the two, but we've definitely been, everybody around here that I spoke to has been down about 30% this year.
So tonight, we are following through on businesses along Johns Pass Boardwalk who are hoping for a busy summer travel season after they suffered costly repairs following Hurricane Helene. According to Visit Tampa Bay, tourism numbers have been on par with recent years. However, ABC Action News reporter Blake Phillips is listening to those business owners who say that has not been the case for them.
So it is a ghost town.
For many along Johns Pass, business has been falling short.
It's the slowest year we've had since 2020.
Following Hurricane Helene, the damage kept businesses closed in some cases for over 2 months, and then for some, even longer.
And that's why I say we were blessed, because we were closed 10 weeks, but which is a lot, right? And it hurt us a lot. But in comparison to some people, it's not, you know, because some people, like I said, are still not working and they're still out of jobs.
ABC Action News spoke with several different businesses along Johns Pass back along the 4th of July holiday week. And even then, they were hoping for a big summer boost to help cover the lost revenue and repair costs.
But this year, since the hurricane, it's been really bad, so it's really hard to tell.
Now, 1 month later, they tell me that just didn't happen.
Spring break really never happened for us. And then the summer swing never happened for us either. The kids locally just went back to school, I guess, this past week, and now it is just dead.
And low business is something almost everyone is feeling all along the boardwalk.
I don't know if it's the hurricane, the economy, a mix of the two, but we've definitely been, everybody around here that I spoke to has been down about 30% this year.
Visit Tampa Bay says hotel revenue so far this year is on par with some of the previous year's best. So, possibly a sign of things to come. And there was still some foot traffic like this family down here all the way from New England. Plan on coming back?
I hope so. It's a beautiful area. Yeah. It's great. The water's great. Yeah.
And now with most students in Florida gone back to school, much of the country going to follow suit. That last major travel chance for some of these businesses is Labor Day weekend. After that, it's dead season for them. So over the course of the next few months, they're going to be leaning really heavily on local foot traffic.
I will never again in my life live in Vegas. I'm moving in 6 days, and I see a lot of people talking about how they moved to Vegas and they regret it, and I'm going to share my experience for anybody who is planning on moving here or even coming from California out here. I just want to prep you and share with you my experience. I've been here for 4 years. I moved out here during the pandemic from California, and I have hated it for quite some time. I think 2 years in, I was already ready to leave, and I'm 2 years past the due date to go. One, the only people that seem to love it here are people that were born and raised here, and even half of those people don't like it here. There is no community unless you have built one from high school. There's no community. The people that I bonded with are people that also came here from California that also hated here. That's who I bonded with. The people in general here are very standoffish, that have been here for a very long time. The only people that are, you know, appealing and talk to you and are very community-like, they're not from here. But people that are, they're standoffish, and it's because it's kind of a vulture-like just environment here. It's very entertainment, it's very much money hungry. Vegas is the only place I've ever been to where the church is involved in MLM scams, and yeah, that was my first time ever hearing about that. Some church folk walked up to us, and I guess their MLM just are so deeply involved in the church, and they even have the church promoting it. It's crazy. I've never seen such a thing. Food here is mid, especially coming from California. They have a lot of vegan options in California. Gluten-free is a thing out there. I'm sure if you came from also like Miami or even Houston, certain places by a coast, they have better food. Here you're in the middle of the desert, and everything tastes old to me. Like, it tastes like it's been on a truck for the last couple of days to get out here because you're in the middle of nowhere. Nothing's fresh. The only good place that me and my husband really liked out here was Crossroads, which is a fine dining restaurant that, you know, is gonna charge. You're gonna leave there, spend $100 at the minimum. And then the summers are crazy. So let me just tell you about the summers. You will not go outside at all. For the last 4 years, summers, I'm inside. The summers have bullied me every single year. I don't even want to go to the pool. They are so viciously hot that you will feel physically sick if you're outside too long. You can't go for a walk, and it's 10 o'clock at night right now, it's still over 100 degrees. It does not cool down, and there's not a breeze. The sun is like an oven, and there's no hydration at all in this air, so it just sucks the life out of you. In the last 4 years, I'm sure I aged about 10, because that is how dry it is out here, that it'll age you. In the last 4 years, my hair has barely grown. Yeah, it just breaks off in the shower. Oh, and also, out here, I guess it's very popular for your AC to break, because ours just broke and it was out for about a week. And so has a lot of other people in Vegas. And your AC breaking in 120-degree weather out here is not fun. That little portable AC thing that they'll try to put into your unit, that ain't gonna do nothing. Them fans is just blowing hot air on you. They make bank out here with your AC overheating and it breaking. Oh my gosh, I almost cried. You're driving. Why do you guys drive like toddlers? You are not just thinking about yourself on the road. You're thinking for everybody else, because nobody knows how to drive. You will be driving in your lane, green light, and somebody will just pull out and be like, I'm just gonna cut you off right now. People drive drunk, so there's that. And your insurance is gonna go up a lot out here, because there's accidents that happen all over every single day, every single hour. Domestic violence is pretty high out here. So you will hear your neighbors screaming at each other at some point. Don't know why. Probably because it's like gambling and prostitution is legal out here, and it's just so many avenues you can get into to destroy your marriage at home. So I can see how domestic violence and problems arise in the house. So you will hear people screaming at each other. And overall, it's just not a place to raise your family. And I feel like I've grown cold, and I've grown just distance from humans by living out here. So I cannot wait to leave. I cannot wait to be in a community again. I cannot wait to have moisture back into my skin. I cannot wait to eat food that doesn't taste like it was on the road for 4 days. I'm just very excited. So that is my overall experience, not for me.
So guys, I hope you have watched and see what it is happening in Las Vegas. And also, it is not only in Las Vegas, it is happening in the MAGA state, the red state. We are now seeing how MAGAs people, how white folks they are. A majority of them, they're losing they're losing their jobs. We have been seeing how the tourists, they are not going to this red state. You can now see what it is happening in Las Vegas. Majority of tourists, they're not going to Las Vegas simply because of how life it has turned into. We have seen how someone has come out and share a video of how things are really expensive, which it is making also majority of tourists not to visit Las Vegas. And for me, I can tell you that the people who brought all this problem, that the MAGA people, that the MAGA voters, they're the ones who brought all this problem. But right now, they are now regretting for voting for DJT, because these people, they knew that the policy of DJT will not affect them, but it will affect the people of the color, the black people, the migrant people. These other people, they will be affected with DJT policy. But it has turned out that also they're the ones who are being punished. We have been seeing, like, for example, we have been seeing the white farmers, majority of the white farmers, they are going bankrupt. Majority of them, their crops, it is rotting in the farm, simply because the white farmers, the MAGA farmers, they voted for deportation. And these people, they knew very well the people who are helping them in the farms, they are immigrants. So these people, they voted these immigrant people to be deported back to their country. And right now we have been seeing majority of immigrant, majority of their workers, they are not showing up. This, it has made them to go bankrupt and to lose a lot of money, simply because the crops, it is rotting in the farms, and these people, they cannot go in the farms and pick the crops. So these people, they have been wanting to bring black people in the farms to help them, but black people, they have been refusing. So right now we are seeing, because of how these people, they went ahead in Las Vegas, how these people, they went ahead and increased the prices of the house. You can see how things, it is very expensive in the Las Vegas. All this, they made this expensive so that to avoid black people not to go in this place. But right now we are seeing that it is not only black people who are not going to this state, also the tourists are avoiding to go to this place. And this is the downfall of Las Vegas. And this, it is not only Las Vegas, America, it is now falling down, and these people, they will not recover from the hands of DJT. Right now, they are really regretting. They are having a rude awakening. So guys, I have some of the comment here that I want to read it for you and see what majority of people they have come out and share. So kindly guys, and also you can share your thoughts on the comment section. And also, this video, it is only for educational purposes. Let us educate these MAGAs and tell them exactly they made a bad decision. So this one is saying that they are getting what they voted for. I am so happy for them. Yeah, so this one is saying that he is very happy. The MAGA people, they are now getting what they voted for. Yeah, these people, they should not come out and complain, because they're the one who came and vote for DJT. And they knew very well that DJT, what he is coming to do. These people, they knew what Donald Trump is coming to do, and they went ahead and vote for him. Right now, Donald Trump is doing what he promised. These people, they need they need not to cry. They need to sit down and relax, because they're the people who brought all this problem. So this one is saying that Jim Jones spinning in his box like, damn, I could have had a whole new country. So this one is saying that I would waste my money traveling to such an unwelcoming place, too dangerous. So this one is saying that he cannot waste his money to go in Las Vegas. That place, it is unwelcoming, especially for the people of the color. So this one is saying that, and they still won't say this is all because of Trump policy, from voting for him and also price going at the same time. Yeah, so this one is saying here, my partner said in 2016, we will return to Florida until he was gone. Floridians have voted against their own interests for years. Anyway, once politicians stop reminding the population why their taxes are so low, even though their infrastructure is better than some neighboring state, they forgot the dollar in their pocket are there because of tourism. When Trump left office, there were other reasons why we didn't fancy flying around the world to a state with leaders dispute sans for so long. When he was re-elected, she joked that Florida would be underwater before the U.S. managed to elect a leader who could put right everything he would screw up in his first 6 months, and she was spot on. I get unlimited paid vacation time. The U.S. companies, my employees won't talk about how 21 days is a peak. and we used to spend a couple of those weeks dropping 10 to 15K directly into Florida economy. I think only 2 people I work with have traveled to the US this year on holidays and outside of a single trade show. My employee advised against US travel. Well done, you are on the same list as Somalia and Belarus, just one step lower than North Korea and Russia as a place we are allowed to deal with at all. So this one is saying that that one, it was a long message, but you guys, I hope you have got it. So this one saying that I don't why I continue to be shocked by the depth of MAGA breathtaking stupidity. So this one saying that remember when they asked Trump about Project 2025, he said, I have no idea what that is. I guess MAGA is finding out what it is now. Yeah, so these people, they are now realizing that they put a wrong person in office. So this one saying that you are government overreach. That clip isn't ever going. So this one is saying that the MAGA folks also need to think about how they speak about other people. Florida is in crisis, partly due to telling Canadians they weren't welcome or needed for Florida to be successful. Other US citizens have been showing their exceptionalism, actually being openly contemptuous of the rest of the world. People in other countries don't appreciate being called inferior. Yeah, so guys, these are some of the message that people, they are now majority of especially black people, they are sharing their message towards these MAGA folks. So this one is saying that this one is saying that I still don't understand why people call Las Vegas beautiful. It is a bunch of huge building with bad of flashing lights, too many cars, and ridiculous price. So this one is saying that haha, Nevada voted for Trump, who they suck and a loser now. So this was saying that Trump has screwed the porch. Yeah, so this one also is saying that as long as we kept hiring our best and Brighton to lead our country, this won't go away. Yeah, so this one saying that this is what happened when you don't believe fat meat is greasy. So this one saying that my people need to open their freaking eye and realize that this is native land first. Yeah, so this one, it is a native land first. So this one saying that at this time, when they try not to blame the obvious, they just admitted that they voted for this. Yeah, so these people, they voted for what it is happening right now. So this one is saying that I drove through MAGA on my way back from a fabulous holiday in Mexico. Great people in Mexico. Wasn't impressed with what I saw. Vegas appeared to be nothing more than a huge endless grief. I might be a Manitoba hillbilly, but my dad didn't raise any idiot, so fill up with petrol and move on. Yeah, so guys, these are some of the message that majority of black people, they are sharing towards seeing how Las Vegas it is falling. People, they are avoiding to go in Las Vegas. So kindly guys, you can also share your thoughts on the comment section. If you are in Las Vegas, you can also tell us if it is true what we are showing it is happening in Las Vegas. So kindly guys, thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up.